Hello, my name is Drew, and I recently had a friend of mine ask me to document my process for making cold brew. And as exhilarating as that sounds, that's exactly what this is. Me making cold brew and sharing some tips along the way. So I hope you enjoy this video as much as you enjoy that delicious tasting cold brew that you'll end up with if you follow my instructions. Getting started, you will want a coffee grinder, measuring device of some sort, and of course your coffee. I choose whole bean coffee for this, and I'm actually using Kirkland here. Laugh all you want, they are actually pretty tasty. I believe they're a private label version of Starbucks beans. So I am going to set this on a coarser grind. That's important. You don't want to grind these too fine. And I'm actually going to stop it a little sooner than it naturally would because, like I said, you want kind of a coarse, almost gravelly grind on these. That's what's generally recommended to use for cold brew. Now the ratio you're going to want to use is 1/3 a cup of coffee to 1.5 cups of water. That's recommended by an article I read a long time ago, and I've continued to use that ratio, and it just works best for me. So you'll see I've got some whole beans in there. That's okay, rather too coarse than too fine in my opinion. And now I'm just going to pour these coffee grounds into my container here, trying to be careful not to spill too much. And I'm actually scaling this recipe up quite a bit. I'm using 3 1/3 cups of ground coffee to 15 cups of water. This pitcher that I have here just barely holds that amount. I like to make a large quantity at the start of the week, and then I don't have to worry about it for the remainder of the week. Now, after we are done putting our water in, we will stir it. I've heard said, never verified myself, that you want to use wood rather than metal. Metal can kind of interact with the coffee, supposedly. Again, that's just what I've heard, so I use wood here. And then we are going to let it sit, generally overnight is what I do. And you want anywhere from about 12 to 16 hours, much longer than that, and it gets a little funky tasting. Now this is the hardest part, and even it's not too hard. Got a wire strainer here. You can also use a colander, and then this is a filter basket from an old iced tea maker, some coffee filters, and obviously pitchers. You can never have too many pitchers when you're doing this, especially when you make a large quantity of it. Now what I like to do first is filter out kind of the larger chunks of coffee, if you will. And you do this, it's usually better to have an extra set of hands, but I'm gonna bravely attempt this on my own for the sake of this video, and just pour in the coffee, trying not to spill, and aiming dead center for that colander. And I did spill a little bit, but not too bad. Again, the purpose of this is just to get the larger grounds filtered out so that they're not clogging up your coffee filter. This process takes quite a while, especially when you're making a large quantity of it like I am. So I will insert the filter basket into the pitcher, make sure the percolation lever is set, put in my coffee filter, leave those because we're actually going to change them out each time, and then just pour my first step into the filter basket there. And then it's just a waiting game. You'll notice that it takes quite a while, even just that first amount. So I'm going to do some cleanup here. Like I said, I usually let it sit overnight for 12 to 16 hours. You can do less than that if you want, but that's kind of what I've found to be the ideal time. I hedge toward that 16. Again, I'm just filtering out just a little bit more. Gotta get every last drop out of there. And doing some cleanup in the background while this coffee ever so slowly filters. Even on the sped up video, it takes quite a while. But it's worth it. I promise you that. I like to enjoy it with a vanilla cold foam. I may make a separate video on that. This is actually a concentrate that you can water down. I drink it straight. I don't water it down at all. It's not overwhelmingly, powerful, I don't think. So here's after one strain. You can see there's quite a bit of coffee grounds on the bottom of there. I'm gonna dump the remaining coffee back in and then actually replace that filter. If you don't, it takes even longer to filter. So I will get rid of that and then again make sure my percolation lever is on and put a new filter in there, because again, even with this pre-straining that we've done, you get quite a bit of accumulation of coffee grounds in there and it kind of clogs up the filter. This makes it go much more quickly. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed my video and you enjoy making your own cold brew.